Hello, I'm Gumia, aka SenseiStretchyMarshallow, or the one in plain sight, and I used to use Lego Life. Also, this is what I sound like, sorry for my goofy ass editing. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for the last year, you might have known that Lego Life officially shut down. And after this little goofy goober made a video about it, I decided that it was my responsibility to do as well. So here's my experience on Lego Life. Now, I joined in 2021, a pretty miserable year if I'm being honest. Now, back then you could expect some greats from me, like have an amazing summer, or Ninjago characters with their elements. Don't judge me, okay, I was like 10. Fast forward 2 years and now I'm a fully matured adult, now with hormones. And yeah, my post still kinda sucked. But nevertheless, some cool stuff did kinda happen. Now there were these things called the Lego Life Wars, and it started out with some stuff about Shrek and Shronk and then the Trickster, and I wasn't really involved with that stuff. But then this guy called Emperor Flimsy Whale came along. And this guy was doing some crazy stuff like kidnapping, burglary, embezzlement, and copyright infringement. And this guy was part of the Evil League, and they were against the LLL, which I forgot what it stood for. Now, the LLL decided to take the route of peace, and more specifically, the justice system.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
So it was set. I was the judge, helped by Special Cat and Kind Crab. On the LLL side, there was KVP, who is Rory, Soft Kettle, Random Nickname, who's Interrobang, Henrocks, Worst Loyal Yak, and Tame Squirrel. On the Evil League side, there was the Emperor, Toad, and Rex Extraordinary Tiger. There was also this guy called Biggish Slippery Pants, which, I don't know, that's just kind of funny.
Yo, so this is my my live reading of the court case, the wiki. Okay, the judge was SenseiStretchyMarshallow. That's me. They misspelt my name. It's actually Mallow. So yeah, that's just unacceptable, really. Lots of lies were included in the court, including EFW saying he had a charity. Yeah, that's what embezzlement is. Yeah. Yet when we asked him what he was for, he said it was to buy warehouses and store the charity money and to buy Lego Life. Yeah, that's a big no-no. We can't be doing that stuff. EFW was found to have kidnapped KVP and had stolen grand amounts of money. Again, big no-no. I'm not happy with that. He was also found to have shot many people. Wow. Also big no-no. We can't be doing this kind of stuff. It's a family-friendly space. Rhett, the lawyer, was also found to have broken into Soft Kettle's house to retrieve evidence. Yeah, I mean, you can't be breaking into people's houses like that. That's not kind. We're not really showing positive character traits there. However, any evidence obtained through illegal means is illegitimate. Yeah, that's a good point that I said. Yeah. EFW also views Soft Kettles and KVP's logo multiple times, committing copyright infringement. Damn, bro, that's just unacceptable. I mean, before, kidnapping, shooting, that's fine, but you can't be committing copyright infringement. That's just shameful, man. Here's a verdict. Yeah, all that stuff. But whose name is CP? I swear I do not remember some of these people. Alright, so some important quotes. Yeah, this is fun. Court is now in session. Let's go. Your Honor, I personally believe that the charity of Me, Myself and I recently got a donation from him. By Special Cat. I thought that was a pretty funny one. It was quite funny. Your Honor, Yeah, you can really tell that he's 6 years old in that one. Alright, well these are all a bit cringe. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this live reading of the wiki.
Then came a really badass verdict made by me, which didn't really matter as the guy just paid his bail. And then for the next few months I got a bit bored, so I decided to make this guy called the One in Plain Sight, or Toips. Now Toips was an ARG that revolved around this guy who said riddles that people would use to find out who he was. I started out by commenting eye emojis everywhere, and saying a few riddles with some cool pictures I made. But then I did something only a true Lego lifer would do. I made a cult. This cult was called the Veil of Darkness. Yeah, I don't know what I was on when I made that name. But it had 4 guys, including SBF, Commander Bubble, Sergeant Muddy Bat, and Rhett from the court case.
Yo, what's up? So we're back on the Lego Life wiki, but now we're at the One in Plain Sight page made by me actually. So we're gonna read this section called accusations. So let's look through it. So there was the Emperor, who was accused by Soft Kettle. Yeah, Soft Kettle. He was accusing quite a lot of people. He was on a roll there. As he had done this before and is very infamous for his evil league. But thing is that EFW is illiterate, so yeah, it's not him. There was this person, Corporal Complex Snake. I didn't really know who this was before it, but they were a big accusation. They don't like the LLL. I mean, I don't know why everyone dragged the LLL into this, because this wasn't supposed to be part of LEGO Life Wars. Honestly, I don't really care. As they want to join Evil League and was the person in the maze. However, she responded saying she doesn't want to join and she does like the LLL. There was a massive fight and a lot of drama, and nobody cares. So yeah, 6-year-olds beefing. Soft Kettle. That was just so confusing. I don't have the time or energy to explain it. This is me. My name is spelled correctly here. There's a minor accusation by KBP, as the fig in my comic look a bit like my mini-me, my sig fig. This ended up being true, so shout out to KBP. Now, SPF was probably most likely suspect. Bullseye put it perfectly. Yeah, Bullseye. He existed, I don't know. They have most of the figures and the Daily Bugle set that a comic was made in. Check SSM's post on everything we know about Toips. Yeah, because I sort of tried to pin it on this guy. Great guy, by the way. He makes amazing, like, Marvel comics. SPF fits into all these categories. However, it turned out not to be SPF, because it didn't really feel like him or her. I still don't know their gender. Bullseye, and I have no energy to find out why. I don't know, most of these things didn't make sense. And then Furry Puffin, who has nothing to do with these guys, just because he had a similar avatar. And yeah, that's kind of it. So I hope you liked this episode of looking through the barren wascape of the wiki.
So yeah, as I said, there were a lot of 6-year-olds beefing, especially with Tame Squirrel, Soft Kettle, and CCS. But what really pissed me off was Tame Squirrel trying to make the veil light and make Toips good, which, like, Brookadillo, this ain't a Disney movie. Anyway, blah blah, it lasted like a week. No one found out it was me. So I decided to come back a month later as the One in Plain Sight again, where I just posted silly comics related to Toips and stuff, and it took people a year until I revealed that it was me. However, I still used Toips and the same figure in my Lego comic series, Morning Coffee, that I still make episodes to this day. Just after the whole Toips thing, my photography started popping off, but like, really popping off. I was getting around 100 to 200 likes per post, and I was almost always on trending. I was doing pretty good for myself. I got to 1,000 friends, made a podcast, which eventually turned into the current Morning Coffee, and really started to make a name for myself. But then the news came. And like everyone else, I did a lot of Save LL posts, but never really made a formal goodbye on the app itself, so I kind of just disappeared without a trace. But you can still find me on places like Discord under the same username. And yeah, just hit me up if you want to chat. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I might make another one of these things in a while. I don't know, but random nickname Interrobang. He made a little credits section at the end of his video. So here's my one.